What if the very thing you are afraid to lose is the only reason they are not coming back? Sit with that question for a moment. Do not rush past it. Your mind wants to find an excuse. Your heart wants to say, but my situation is different. It is not different. Every human being shares the same emotional wiring, the same fears, the same hidden triggers. And right now, you are doing something that pushes your ex further away every single day. You are not bad for doing it. You are human. But being human without understanding human psychology is like trying to win a race while running backward. You will feel tired, you will feel confused, and you will wonder why nothing you try ever works. Let me tell you a truth that most people never hear. When a relationship ends, two invisible battles begin. One is outside, between you and them. The other is inside, between you and your own need for closure. The second battle is the one that destroys your power. You send a text, then you wait. You check if they saw it. You wonder why they took 3 hours to reply. You reread old conversations. You look at their last online status. You try to act strong, but deep down you are calculating every move. This is not strength. This is addiction. And the person who broke up with you can feel it. They might not say it. They might not even know it consciously. But their brain registers your desperation like a smoke alarm registers fire. Here is what psychology teaches us. Human beings are wired to want what feels rare. Not what feels available, not what feels guaranteed, what feels rare. When you stay available after a breakup, you become common. You become the old news. You become the background noise in their new life. And background noise never gets chased. Background noise gets ignored until someone finally turns it off. But the moment you disappear completely, something shifts inside their mind. Their brain starts to wonder. Not because they love you more, not because they suddenly realize your value, because uncertainty is uncomfortable. The human mind hates open loops. It hates not knowing. When you were texting, calling, posting stories they could see, liking their posts, asking mutual friends about them, you were giving their brain a steady stream of information. No mystery, no tension, no reason to feel your absence. But when you stop everything, when you vanish like you never existed, their mind begins to fill in the blanks. And the blanks are always more powerful than reality. They start to imagine you with someone else. They start to imagine you happy. They start to imagine you having moved on completely. And that imagination triggers something primal. Loss aversion. Research shows that human beings feel the pain of losing something twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining it. Right now, your ex feels like they have not lost you, because you are still there, in their phone, in their DMs, in their peripheral vision. You have not allowed them to feel the loss. You have been too busy trying to fix something that cannot be fixed from a position of weakness. This is hard to hear, I know. You are not weak for loving someone. You are not stupid for wanting them back. But wanting and chasing are two different things. Wanting is a feeling, chasing is a behavior. And your behavior right now is teaching your ex how to treat you. Every time you reach out first, you teach them they do not need to reach out. Every time you reply too fast, you teach them your time is less valuable than theirs. Every time you ask, "Do you still care about me?" you teach them that your emotional stability depends on their answer. That is not attractive. That is not magnetic. That is the opposite of chase-worthy. You want to know the one thing that makes 99% of exes come back and chase you. It is simple. It is difficult to do, but it is simple. You must become someone they do not recognize emotionally, not by pretending, not by playing games, by truly detaching your happiness from their presence. This is not about making them jealous. This is not about revenge. This is about reclaiming your own nervous system. When you are attached to someone who left, your brain is stuck in a loop. The same brain regions that light up during drug addiction light up during romantic rejection. You are literally going through withdrawal. And like any withdrawal, the first instinct is to get another hit. A text, a like, a glance, a hope you are doing well. But every small hit resets the clock. Every small hit reminds your brain that the drug is still available. So you never heal, and they never feel the loss. Let me explain what happens inside their mind when you finally do the one thing. You stop completely. No contact, no stalking, no indirect messages, no accidental likes. You disappear. The first few days, they feel relief. Good. Let them feel relief. The next few days, they feel curiosity. Where did you go? Why are you not reaching out? Did you meet someone? The next week, they start to feel something uncomfortable. Doubt. Did they make a mistake? Maybe you were better than they thought. Maybe they took you for granted. The next month, if you stay disappeared, something shifts. They start to remember the good moments. Not because those moments were perfect, because their brain is now filtering the past through the lens of absence. Absence amplifies value. That is not a trick, that is human memory. We forget the bad faster than the good when we no longer have access to the person. But here is the catch. This only works if you are truly becoming better. Not faking it, not posting fake happy photos, actually improving. Your silence must be filled with action. While they are wondering where you went, you should be in the gym. Reading, building, earning, growing. Not for them, for you. But here is the psychological kicker. When you improve silently and they eventually see you again, the contrast is shocking. You look different, you sound different, you carry yourself differently, and that contrast creates something powerful. Regret. Regret is not love, but regret is the engine of chasing. When someone regrets losing you, they will chase the new version of you, not the old one. The old one is gone, and you should be glad. The old one accepted less than they deserved. You are probably thinking, but what if they never come back? Let me answer that honestly. Some people are too proud. Some people have already moved on before the breakup. Some people lack the emotional maturity to admit they made a mistake. That is possible. But here is the truth you must accept right now. If you do the one thing I am describing, you win either way. If they come back, you win because you get a second chance with a stronger position. If they do not come back, you win because you have rebuilt yourself into someone who no longer needs them to feel whole. That is the real reward. That is the hidden psychology that most motivation videos never tell you. The goal is not to get them back. The goal is to become the type of person who does not need them back. And ironically, that is exactly the type of person they cannot resist chasing. I want you to pause here. Breathe. Feel the weight of what you just read. Because most people will read this and nod their heads. Then they will go back to checking their ex's Instagram within an hour. Do not be most people. Be the exception. The exception gets chased. The exception becomes the one they regret losing. The exception does not wait by the phone. The exception does not write paragraphs at 2 a.m. The exception walks away and never looks back. Not because they are angry, but because they finally understand their own value. Here is your reward for watching until the end of this video. I am not going to give you vague advice. I am going to give you a promise. If you follow the one thing I explain in the next sections, you will experience one of two things within 90 days. Either your ex will reach out to you first, or you will wake up one morning and realize you no longer care if they do. Both outcomes are freedom. Both outcomes are power. And both outcomes start with the exact same step. The step you are about to learn in section 2. Keep watching. The next part will explain why silence feels wrong but works every single time, and how to use their own psychology to make them feel your absence like a missing heartbeat. Why does silence feel so wrong when your heart is broken? Because your brain is lying to you. It is telling you that action equals progress, that sending a message equals doing something, that waiting equals losing. But your brain is stuck in survival mode. It mistakes movement for meaning. Let me show you what is really happening underneath your skin. When a breakup happens, your body releases stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. These chemicals make you restless. They make you want to fix, call, explain, cry, beg, negotiate. That urge is not love. That urge is chemistry. And chemistry without awareness will destroy your dignity before breakfast. Here is what your ex is experiencing on the other side. At first, they feel powerful. You are reaching out. They are pulling away. This feels good to their ego. But ego satisfaction is shallow. It fades fast. After the ego boost wears off, something strange happens inside their mind. They start to feel annoyed. Not because you are a bad person, because your attention has become cheap. And humans devalue cheap things automatically. You do it too. Think about it. If someone texted you 10 times a day, You would eventually stop valuing each message. If someone gave you flowers every single morning, you would stop noticing them. The same rule applies to love. Familiarity does not breed respect. Familiarity breeds boredom. And boredom is the silent killer of desire. You want to know a secret that psychology research has proven over and over? The most attractive quality in any human is not looks, not money, not charm. It is emotional independence, the ability to be fine alone, the ability to walk away without looking back, the ability to say, I want you, but I do not need you. That sentence changes everything, because neediness repels, confidence attracts, and confidence is not loud. Confidence is quiet. Confidence is the person who does not explain themselves, who does not defend their worth, who does not chase validation. When you become that person, you become rare, and rare things get chased. So why do most people fail at this? Because they try to fake it. They pretend to be fine while secretly checking their ex's location. They post happy pictures while crying in between takes. They say, I don't care, while counting the minutes since the last reply. This does not work. The other person feels the desperation behind the performance. It is like a bad actor on stage. The audience knows. Your ex knows. You cannot trick someone who used to sleep next to you. They know your patterns. They know your weaknesses. They know when you are pretending. The only real solution is to actually become fine. Not for them, for you. And becoming fine starts with accepting one painful truth. The relationship you want to save is already gone. Not the person, the old dynamic, the way you communicated, the way you argued, the way you loved each other. That version is dead. And trying to resurrect a dead thing is not romantic. It is exhausting. What you can build instead is something new. But that new thing requires you to be a new person. The same person will attract the same problems. The same person will push them away again. The same person will end up right back here, reading another motivation video, wondering why nothing works. Let me take you deeper into the psychology of absence. There is a concept called reactance. It is a simple idea. When people feel their freedom to choose is being taken away, they want that freedom back even more. Right now, your ex feels complete freedom. They can call you anytime. They know you will answer. They can ignore you anytime. They know you will still be there. They have no pressure, no fear of loss, no reason to act. But when you disappear, when you take yourself off the table completely, you trigger reactance. Suddenly, their freedom to reach you is gone, and humans want back what they cannot have. This is not manipulation. This is human nature. Parents see it in toddlers, stores use it in sales, and lovers feel it in breakups. The moment you become unavailable, your value rises in their mind. But here is where most people ruin everything. They wait by the door. They disappear for 3 days, then post a sad quote. They go no contact for a week, then ask a mutual friend how their ex is doing. That is not absence. That is a performance. Real absence is not a strategy. Real absence is a state of being. It means you are so busy building your life that you genuinely do not have time to wonder what they are doing. It means your happiness comes from your morning routine, your work, your health, your friendships, your goals, not from a notification on your phone. When you reach that state, you do not have to pretend. You do not have to act strong. You are strong. And strength is the most attractive force on earth. Think about the people you respect the most. Are they the ones who beg? Are they the ones who cannot stand being alone? No. They are the ones who walk into a room and do not need anyone to look at them. They are the ones who laugh without checking who is watching. They are the ones who fail and get back up without posting about it. That is real power. And that power is available to you right now, not tomorrow, not after they text you back, right now. You might be asking, but what if they forget me? Let me answer that directly. People do not forget people who made them feel something real. They might pretend to forget. They might distract themselves with new people. But deep in their mind, your name is stored. Your voice is recorded. Your touch is remembered. You cannot delete emotional memory. You can only cover it with new experiences. And those new experiences will eventually remind them of you. Because no one is exactly like you. No one laughs like you. No one argues like you. No one understands their weird habits like you. Those things are unique. And uniqueness becomes more valuable over time, not less. The more people they meet, the more they realize what they lost. but only if you let them feel the loss. And you cannot let them feel the loss if you are still standing in the doorway. Let me give you a practical psychological rule. Every time you want to reach out, pause. Ask yourself one question. Will this action increase my value or decrease it? If you send a paragraph, you decrease your value. If you ask, do you miss me? You decrease your value. If you like their old photo, you decrease your value. If you post something hoping they will see it, you decrease your value. On the other hand, if you stay silent and go to the gym, you increase your value. If you wake up early and work on your goals, you increase your value. If you laugh with friends without mentioning their name, you increase your value. Every single choice either adds to your power or subtracts from it. There is no neutral. Now here is the part that might sting. Some of you have already tried silence. You went a week, maybe 2 weeks, and nothing happened. So you gave up. You thought it did not work. But here is what you missed. Silence is not a vending machine. You do not put in 3 weeks and get a text out. Silence is a transformation period. It works on your ex's timeline, not yours. And their timeline is slower than you want. Because their brain has to go through several stages. First, relief. Second, curiosity. Third, confusion. Fourth, doubt. Fifth, missing. Sixth, action. You cannot skip any stage, and you definitely cannot rush them by breaking your silence early. Every time you break silence, you send their brain back to stage 1, relief, because you just proved that you are still waiting. And nothing kills their chase faster than knowing you are still waiting. So here is your mission if you choose to accept it. From this moment forward, you will not initiate any contact. None. Zero. Not on their birthday, not on holidays, not when you hear a sad song, not when you miss them at 3 a.m. You will become a ghost, but not a sad ghost, a busy ghost. A ghost who is leveling up in silence. You will let them wonder. You will let them assume. You will let their own mind do the work that your words could never do. Because their imagination is more powerful than any paragraph you could write. Their imagination will create scenarios that make you look better than you ever could by trying. Their imagination will make you the hero or the villain. Either way, you stay in their head. And that is exactly where you want to be. Do not misunderstand me. This is not about games. This is about self-respect. When someone chooses to leave, you do not beg them to stay. You hold the door open and wish them well. Then you close the door and rebuild your castle. If they want to come back, they will knock. And when they knock, you will be too busy enjoying your new life to hear them at first. That is not revenge. That is growth. And growth is the only real win in any breakup. Stay with me. Section 3 will show you exactly how to stop the mental movies in your head. The ones where you imagine them with someone else. The ones that keep you stuck. Because those movies are destroying your power more than anything they are actually doing. And I will teach you how to rewrite them.